You dick! To another episode of It's Those Guys Game Reviews. I am Nick Silveranato. This is
Connor Jagger.
And today's game reviewing is
Super Mario 3D World!
Hey! Don't you interrupt me. Son of a bitch. So anyway, today's game reviewing is definitely Super Mario 3D World for the Nintendo Wii U and nothing else.
It sounds like you said the Nintendo Wii U.
EU.
Not the Wii U, the EU.
EU.
Capitalized lowercase I and U.
So you call it the AU. AU. Play this. I think people might have bought that thing to that.
No.
Really? What is
No.
this? Don't
No.
you headache me.
No.
Just, what?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Eh.
No.
What's up?
No. No. No.
Roll the game footage. Super Mario returns yet again to take on Bowser and his inept minions as they attempt to take over the Sprixie Kingdom. But this time, he has help.
As Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Princess Peach have a midnight stroll as fireworks go off, I swear, it seems like the 4th of July every day in the Mushroom Kingdom, they come across a clear pipe. As plumbers, the brothers get to work on that pipe.
Suddenly, a green fairy type thing pops out of it and begins speaking in a comic to explain what's happened to her. Apparently, everyone understood that as no one in the world of Nintendo speaks any form of English. Just then, Bowser, who else, pops out of the warp pipe despite the fact that he's 5 times its size, snags the green fairy chick, and warps out. The 4 heroes quickly follow the warp pipe. As Mario misses an opportunity to look up Peach's dress, the 4 travel to the Sprixie Kingdom to find Bowser and save it.
As usual, you play true to the platforming style of Mario as in all recent installments of the series.
I'm sorry, but it really looked like Luigi was just humping that tree. Ew.
This is what happens when you live under Mario's shadow for too long.
He's really missing some affection.
This time, the game offers the ability to have 4 players at once on the screen, which can become pretty competitive when aiming for the collectibles. Many familiar power-ups once again return to the game, the newest suit in Mario's arsenal being the cat suit.
The cat suit gives the player the ability to attack and run up walls and even do a dive attack. Okay, in all seriousness, the dive attack is kinda cool. Just try not to dive attack off a cliff.
The overworld maps are how they have almost always been. You start a stage and beat it to go on to the next one. However, a new feature has been added to the overworld map, and that's the ability to have free run over it. In doing so, you can find hidden places and objects on the map. It's a neat feature and does something new for the game. It's good to know that you're not stuck to streamlined formula and have the ability to explore an almost open world.
The game also lets you choose and switch characters between levels. You don't have to be stuck with your choice. You can choose any character you want and even mix and match. So yeah, it's kind of nice, and they also have a random feature, so hey, if you're playing with 4 players, somebody pushes start, and it randomizes all the characters, and you may end up getting a character that you don't want to play as, such as Toad.
That's happened to him a lot.
I don't think anybody wants to play as Toad.
Toad is the fastest. Each character has their own attributes.
That is true. Toad is like the fast character, which, yeah, he's the fast character. Mario's like the all-around character, and Luigi is the
floating character,
long jumper, and Peach is supposed to float, but she doesn't really. It's just like, and that's it. It's not like it was in Super Mario Brothers 2
or Smash Brothers,
where it's like it's just like you can go for a second and then you're done. It's basically good enough when you're at the end of the level and you want to reach the top of the flagpole, but other than that, it's kinda useless. But she's the only one that actually looks like... Okay, I don't want to say good in the cat suit because that's going to come out sounding creepy.
You already just said it.
Too late, I know, but it sounds like... it sounds like...
You have failed. You had one job.
One job? I'm putting most of this shit... Let's just finish this part and get to the rest of it, shall we? Super Mario 3D World is a welcome addition to the series and pulls it off just as good as ever. Sure, a lot of the same elements are there, but they still found a way to keep it interesting and add something new to the formula. It is definitely the insane fun you would expect from a Mario game. Having up to multiple players, though, can lead to somewhat of competition.
Explosive results.
And 4 people go to play as friends, they might not want to talk to you after a while if they're playing this game, because you're always going to have that one guy in a group that's going to be a dick. And then he's going to be like, I was trolling you. I don't like that guy. Anyway, what are your thoughts?
Well, what can you say about Mario nowadays? When Nintendo keeps trying to add like different little bells and whistles to it, you got one kind of suit in one game, you have another suit in the next game. Like one game has a gimmick, the next game has another gimmick. But at least it's good to see that this time it was refreshing compared to the previous New Super Mario Brothers.
Next game should have the dog suit or the wolf suit.
You really want to see Mario go woof.
Oh, because it's much better having seeing a middle-aged fat plumber guy go meow. I mean, seriously. I mean, at least if he's not a dog, he's a wolf, and a wolf he can be like ow or something like that.
Then again, Japan has this weird fascination with cats. I don't know.
What?
Not Nintendo, Japan.
What?
You don't know the whole. You've never thought about it, have you?
The only obsession I know Japanese people have a cat is like Hello Kitty. What else could there possibly be?
You don't think about it, do you?
No, I try not to.
Well, it's there.
Anyway, so yeah, overall good game. I like the whole free roam, the whole almost free roam thing, not like 100 complete. Nintendo, when you make these 3D Mario games, cut out with the damn timer. Right? There's no friggin' need for a timer in 3D games. I know you're trying to add some kind of urgency thing there, but in 3D world, you make these really good-looking 3D worlds, and then you limit the amount of time. I mean, I see on some of these levels, I just want to like look around, and I don't care about having to. I mean, I'll get to the end eventually, but I'd like to be able to. I mean, there's no timer in the Galaxy games. I don't know if there's a timer in
Unless you're doing like a comic, then there's no.
There wasn't a timer in in Mario 64, right?
Not that I can remember.
I mean, I know they're doing some stages where, yeah, there's a timer and you got to do it a certain amount of time for, like, the star or whatever, and that's cool. But I like the whole, you know, you got this 3D world and you can't even really enjoy it because you're on a friggin' timer. And it's just, like, it's ridiculous. I hate the timer part. I think the 4-player or multiplayer thing is fun as hell. You get enough people together. It's pretty good. You got to learn to work as a team. Otherwise, you have some person that runs around all fast and everybody else is behind and they get bubbled or die. Anyway, it's a pretty decent Mario game. Definitely one of the better ones. Definitely better than Mario Bros. U. Let's face it. Mario Bros. U, okay to have a timer because it's side-scrolling, but 3D Mario games, stop it with the damn timer. No more timers. I want to see Mario 3D World 2, or whatever Mario 3D version you're coming out with. I heard they're not done with the Galaxy series.
Obviously.
So it might be
Galaxy series. I think is their best-selling series.
I think it'd be pretty cool. I don't even know how do you top Galaxy at this point? Galaxy is probably one of the best Mario games out there. Like so much you can do. The mechanics work just great.
Galaxy was like the best purchased game. They sold about as many copies as the original Super Mario World.
The problem with the Galaxy series though is the only problem with the Galaxy series, you're getting a third one, and people are probably going to complain about it. It's like it's so much like the first two. It's more of the same. Blah blah blah. I know you can say that about any Mario game, but
you should be familiar with Nintendo's formulas by now.
But you know, these same people buy the same Call of Duty every year and stuff like that, or the same sports game every year, and they want to talk about repetitiveness. Like
Call of Dogs, fish graphics.
Did you ever see that video? Where like they were talking about they were making the new, I think it was like either Battlefield or Call of Duty, like, oh, and if you move the fish, they get out of the way, and they were talking about this technical wonder, and at the end. It was like, at the end of the video, it shows some guy playing Mario 64 and is doing the exact same thing. He's swinging his Mario and the fish just disperse. Also, I don't know if it's in every level, but you can find a hidden 2D sprite of Luigi. There's like some levels where there's like graffiti falling or whatever, and you'll see him in there. And like all these levels, you get like this this binocular fairy thing. Sprixie, I guess, whatever. And they like, you know, if you look around, you can try to see a...
Sometimes.
You might see it's like in the area next to you, or sometimes it's like in the distance, and you're like, what the fuck is that? I remember the first time it was kind of creepy. I'm looking, what the fuck is that? A little 8-bit Luigi like all in the background, but when you get to the area, you don't see it. So overall,
that's creepypasta fuel right there. I'll just say that right now.
I don't know if it's that bad, but
someone will make one out of it.
Like the three guys.
There's one for everything.
Like the 3 guys that are watching you in Mario Galaxy or something like that. You ever hear about that?
Yeah.
It's like you see those 3 shadows and you can't figure out what it is. Like 3 guys, and that's like creepypasta came up with that stuff.
People turn anything into horror these days. What the fuck?
But anyway,
Stop doing that.
Solid Mario game. If you have a Nintendo Wii U, you definitely need to pick up this game. Because I think it's like the only game that came out this year. No, I'm kidding. Pretty fun game. Definitely try it out. Have a good time. There's a lot of hidden secrets in there and stuff.
Not to mention, every now and then you'll go to a stage, you'll find a golden pipe.
Hidden warp pipes. There's like a bunch of warp pipes, all that good shit in there. Bonus stages. A lot of stuff. A lot of,
You know what my favorite stage? Bonus stages, though?
Oh, here we go.
My favorite stage is the gold train.
Okay, let me tell you something about that. You're sitting there, because you're sitting there.
Oh my God.
You're talking about the Ho train from the Godfather in WWE. He stole that from Soul Train.
And I stole that from both of them.
But you went, no, I did the Godfather thing. He's like, no, you did the Soul Train thing. Same thing, basically. It was pretty funny though, but it was kind of annoying. You playing the whole level and then gold train every 2 seconds.
I only said it 3
I get
times.
it. We're on the fucking gold train. I see it. I don't need to be reminded that's the gold train.
I only said it 3 times. And I was absent-minded the other 2 times I said
Well, it
it.
was a short level, but still.
It's fun though.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
If it doesn't hurt your eyes, it's fun.
Yeah. Oh, and amazing. Pretty good looking game. Amazing graphics. They're really colorful and stuff like that. So it's fun. I'm gonna go ahead and use the game in A-. I mean, there's a couple things that bug me. Like I said, the timer, and you don't really have the ability to explore as much as you'd like to because of the timer. So fuck the timer. And the boss battles, I think were kind of lame. I probably would have liked it better if they did the Koopa Kids. I know people are probably tired of the Koopa Kids, but I like them better than freaking Boom Boom.
Boom Boom?
And like their big innovation of that is, it's a girl version of it now. It's like, and I think I only fight her like once.
You know what they call her? The female Boom Boom? Pom Pom.
Pom Pom, whatever. There are a couple of good boss fights in there, like the King Snake one and the that one with the rock. There's some pretty decent ones in there, but most of like the boss stages at the end of the levels, I just wasn't feeling. It was either like it was always like a train level. I guess that's the big thing. Train levels. They had airships in last game. This is like train level. It was like bosses were okay,
Tanks.
but they could have been better.
Trains and tank levels.
Tank level, yeah, train and tank levels. Oh, tank levels were pretty cool, but still, it was like just anticlimactic boss battles. But other than that, pretty good game. A lot of levels are pretty spectacular, hidden stuff and stuff like that. John?
You have said everything I needed to say.
Fine, give it a rating.
I give it a B+.
And why do you give it a B+?
I give it a B+, because it's definitely better than the previous installments. I did actually enjoy this game, despite the fact that Nintendo made this game a little bit harder from the previous games. I still enjoyed it.
I didn't think it was that
deserves
hard. It's just that when you're playing multiplayer, you really
good
need to work together. Which I told you multiple times while we're playing multiplayer.
Winning is everything.
That is not the mentality of Nintendo. If you really think about it.
No, not really. But it's what everyone's turned it into.
Oh, whatever. It's nice to have a multiplayer. I also wanted to say it's nice, but maybe they should have put online multiplayer in. I know there's like 50-50.
Oh, no.
Yes, they should have. No, they shouldn't have. But I could have taken it or leave it. I probably would have played it multiplayer online once and be like, "Fuck this," and went back to playing single player.
Then you would run into 2 problems: either you can't sync up with anybody, or it just kills your Wii U.
Oh, and there's also Miiverse integration where you can like turn it on. You can put posts, but for some reason it shows your Mii on the screen, and then in a fairy suit. I'm like, jeez.
What's wrong? You don't like your Mii in a fairy suit?
No, I do not like my Mii in a fairy dress.
You don't want to be a Sprixie?
It's bad enough the thing doesn't even have any arms. Those creepy things with like floating hands but no arms. And no, I don't want them dressed up as a fairy.
Well, it happened.
Yes, it did. So anyway, this has been another episode of It's Those Guys Game Reviews. We will see you next time.
Thank you and good night!
And be excellent to each other.